Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Third Eye Philosophy. I had a discussion with a friend of mine that I've been training today, and it took a complete different turn. We was talking about Trump. He's a liberal, but he's civil. You know, he's willing to talk. So we're having this discussion, and I was like, you know what? I want to record you, and I asked him, can I record him? He said yeah, and we was talking about Trump. We was talking about the borders. We was talking about the Federal Reserve and stuff like that. And I explained to a lot of stuff that he didn't even know about. And so I'm like, can I record you? He like, yeah. And so I record him, and he surprised me and tell me that he's a homosexual. And that was a completely different conversation compared to what we was talking about. But his thing with Donald Trump was with the hate speech and everything. And so I'm guessing he was probably thinking that that we think it's okay to bully homosexuals by calling them names and stuff like that, which is completely untrue. And so we had this video. I'm about to show you the video right now. But please have some type of tolerance, because it was high winds, so it was a lot of wind. And there's a lot of traffic, but our voice audio came through pretty good, you know. So it's a very powerful clip, I believe, because it shows that we can sit back and have a civil discussion, no matter heterosexual, homosexual. It don't matter. We can sit back and have a civil discussion and discuss the freedoms of this nation. So without further ado, here is the video. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here with my friend Keon. He's a new guy at my job. I've been training, whatever the case is, and he had some questions. So I just wanted to just turn on the camera. So I asked him, is it okay if I record him? So therefore people can see me interact with people with different opinions. So this is Keon. You know. Say hello to them.
Hello.
And pretty much we had discussions before. I'm not gonna sit here and act like, you know, I just walked up to him. You know, I've been training him for about a week now, and I started talking about Trump. But when I said something about Trump, he looked at me with a surprised look, like, you voted for Trump, you know. And so I started to talk to him, explain to him, and I see that he's a very civil guy. He don't mind having open discussion, and that I appreciate it. So now I want you to just kind of recap on some questions that he had asked me, you know. So you go ahead and take it away with some questions you may have that you're concerned about, that Trump, that's something that you may want to know.
Right. So you said, you said basically what the Democrats are trying to get to is pretty much taking away our human rights.
Yeah, basically.
Where basically stuff like freedom of speech, just all our rights in general. So I have a question pertaining to that, because you said the freedom of speech is something that we should all have, the freedom to be able to say what you want, just openly as a human being.
Yeah.
So I come from a place where they basically do have freedom of speech. Now, what exactly I'm trying to say is, I am a homosexual, and I come from a place where being homosexual is illegal, and everybody who has freedom of speech, using their freedom of speech, it usually escalates to a different level. So, having freedom of speech, you see something that disagrees with your beliefs, you're going to be inclined to say something out of the way, and a lot of people these days are really arrogant. So, using freedom of speech would escalate from there, because when I came out of the closet as a gay person, how do I say? It's a lot that I went through. I was being shunned, walking on the streets, people would see me and they would say a whole lot of stuff like burning hell, being gay is a sin, all types of stuff. So my question is, wouldn't...
Just 1 second. We're gonna continue this on the other side. Okay, now we're gonna get back to what we were talking about. This is my first time actually using the selfie stick, so I kind of suck at it. You know. All right, now you wanna finish what you had to say?
Yeah. So basically, my question to that is, shouldn't hate speech be okay? Because, being perfectly honest, if I'm walking on the street and somebody looks at me and says, "You're gonna burn in hell," just because I'm gay, honestly, given my honest opinion, I'm gonna have something to say. I'm gonna rebut in a very bad way. And it could escalate, because they could have something else to say, or they could probably want to get violent. So, shouldn't hate speech for people like me be okay?
I'm gonna say no, and the reason why, because it still goes against free speech. You see, the thing is, you shouldn't. Well, not you, but I wouldn't say you, but you know, people in general shouldn't focus on other people's opinions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because guess what? There are people who do love you for who you are.
Right.
Like, for example, myself.
Right.
And we spoke about this earlier. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And basically, you kind of told me that you are a homosexual.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You never told me that until this thing started rolling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm okay with that. And I kind of figured it, and that's why I brought it up a lot, even when we was talking before. To let you know that I'm not on that hateful level to the point where, you know, I'm going to shun you. Just leave as your beliefs, what you do, what you do. You know, and guess what? Somebody's not going to like it, and somebody's going to like it. Your job is to find out who you connect with. Period.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And people are now somebody could, like before, somebody does not like you because you have long hair. You know, somebody could like you because you're not tall enough, or you're not, or because you're whatever. You know, people gonna find a reason not to like you.
Okay.
It's no different from them not liking you because of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it shouldn't stop them from being able to say and express themselves. Would you rather have somebody around you that don't like your real life, but pretending to be your friend? No, right? So you rather them tell you. So what? So you could get away from them. Right. Let you be you. Let you be yourself. You know what I'm saying? As long as they're not intruding on your life. You know what I'm saying? And actually like following you and harassing you and things like that. Now when they follow you and harassing you, they don't speak to you. No, it's just the fact that, you know, they're harassing you. And that's wrong. So now you can call the police, 911, or get a friend or whatever the case is to help protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because now that person is completely in the wrong. But as far as how he feels his beliefs, is his freedoms. And that's the American way. Now you don't have to associate yourself with that person. Billions of people out here. You don't have to associate yourself with that particular person. You know, so yeah, a lot of people may have that belief or may not like it. But guess what? There's millions of people that do. That's a life size that's a whole society of its own. It's, you know what I'm saying? And then you have normal people, well, I won't say normal, I don't want to say that you're not normal, but I would say you have heterosexual people like myself who still accept you for who you are and still will hang out with you. You know what I'm saying? I got a friend that I didn't even know he was bisexual. And he was like, come on, hang out with me, hang out with me. You know what I'm saying? He took me to a bar, and the whole that bar was a gay bar. The owner's name was Charlie. Cool person. But I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of felt out of place because I didn't want them to feel like, you know, that I hate them for what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, I had a blast. One of the best times of my life, just hanging out with these guys. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really kind of just judge somebody because of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's how, kind of like how society should be. And that's what we should be advocating to happen. You know what I'm saying? That we respect each other for our opinions. And you know what? We can agree to disagree. And I'm going to go my way, you go your way. But guess what? I'm loved over here. I don't have to be loved over here. All right. You know what I'm saying? And that's the American way. We can't separate through ideology. hating is okay as long as you're not physically trying to hurt someone. Or trying to ruin their life or harassing someone. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if your hand getting tired. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think about what I'm telling you?
I think you're absolutely right. I was gonna give you a scenario, but that is back in my country. In my country, things are a lot different than they are here. You see, here if somebody consistently does something like that and starts harassing me in that way, I can call the police. In my country, money runs everything. So it's like, and being gay is so hated over there. The police don't really pay any attention to it. Like, there was a time back in Guyana, I was going to a party. I was completely dressed up. You can pretty much tell that I'm gay. I was just walking on the street, making my way to the bus stop to get the bus. Two guys walking behind me, burning hell, all types of shit, just constantly. I'm not saying anything, I'm not paying any attention to it. Then they decide, since I'm not paying any attention to them, one of them decided to pick up a piece of wood, threw it at me. Of course it didn't hit me, but I just kept walking. At that point, I had to keep walking a little faster. I had to start walking a little faster just to avoid conflict. But in a country like that, what I'm trying to say is, in a place where I come from, when it comes to stuff like that, I can't run to the police. Because even when I did that, they didn't do anything about it. And it's like, well, what else do I do? Do I go to the president? What else do I do? They're not paying any attention to it. So it's like gay people are just all the way at the bottom, just treated like complete shit. So speaking to someone like me, where I come from, about stuff like this, it would be hard to get into.
Yeah, they'd be very skeptical about your behavior or what I may think about your views.
So the fact that hate speech is okay, it seems like a really good idea to someone like me and where I come from. But I totally get what you're saying and where you're coming from. I absolutely get it, and you're right. Absolutely.
Yeah, and another thing that I want to touch on about homosexual is the thing that do bother me. You know what I'm saying? Is the people that want to get like surgery done and stuff like that. You ever want to take that? You ever see to that point?
No.
See, now that's the thing that bothers me a little bit because it becomes a distortion to reality.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you a man, you're muscular, and you want to do that. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, do you? I'm not gonna forcefully try to stop somebody. You know, I'm not gonna say, you know, I don't. My preference, I really don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, I can respect somebody like you being yourself and you're being a man, and this is your view.
And that's absolutely where hate speech comes in, because since the hate speech thing became okay, it basically drove everybody to think it's okay for me to be who I want to be. So guys who feel really girly, just feel like completely feminine, they decide, all right, society says it's okay, let me go get surgery done. I'll be honest, when I first came out of the closet, I made a whole lot of friends. A few of them were drag queens, a few of them were transgendered. So in a sense, I was kind of pressured to do that because I have more of a feminine side than a masculine side. But I've always been a person who thought for myself. I have my time and place. I think there's a time and place for everything. There's a time when I can be gay as fuck and just
enjoy
be flamboyant. And there's a time where I have to be professional. There's just a time and place for everything. I don't have anything against them. I just think if I was born a man, I should stay a man. I really don't see any reason to turn it.
We find common ground in that place because I mean we can't change everything to how people are gonna feel or whatever we can say.
Exactly.
You know, so you know, all I gotta say is, you know, just respect reality for what it is. I mean, if you want to do what you want to do it. But just say, hey, listen, I'm a man and I like to look like a woman. You know what I'm saying? Don't force me to call you a she. I'm not saying you in general. I'm talking about that person. I want to be, you know, a trans. You know, and I think they're trying to ban that. You know, the word trans. I think they say that's offensive now.
Yep.
I think it's crazy. I mean, what can we call it? What can we call this trans, or what can we call it? You know, because I don't want to offend nobody, even though I don't agree with them. I'm not gonna be in their face calling them names, whatever the case is. You know, because I'm the type of person that like to get down to the bottom of to the epitome of the issue, and so we be able to discuss it. So therefore, we can build more unity around our society and what now we like to do and things like that. You know, that's the type of person that I am. You know, and I just advocate to try to show the type of person that I am. You know, so what like the verse in the Bible. You know, let your light shine upon men, so they may see your good work, enjoy your Father which in heaven. You know, that line right there is, you know, it's basically saying as long as I'm doing the right thing, that it may influence the next person to do the right thing. You know, now I completely don't have no problem with you, and I think you did it. I think you handled it very respectfully. I mean, you brought it up while the camera rolling, so that was kind of on the spot right there. But I'm not surprised. But because you know how you talk and how you move, I'm not surprised. But I don't care. I mean, not saying I don't care about you, but I'm not.
Yeah, I know.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Absolutely.
I just don't want things to get twisted. You know? But I find you to be a cool person. You know, so even though you know you brought this out and said this now, you know, we got a camera. That's still like wow. You know, but we still can have a civil discussion, and that's mainly what this video is about. Is that we be able to have a civil discussion, even though we disagree on certain angles. You know. Now, when it comes to freedoms is freedom. I mean, that don't mean I mean, it's impossible to unite the entire world, but you gotta have some common ground on certain views. Now, if you want freedom to be who you are, you have to respect the freedoms. Period. You know, as long as you're not hurting anybody or violating or harassing anybody. You know, and like you said, when people are following you, that's harassment. That's harassment. You know, I mean, I'm not a homosexual, okay, so I don't agree with that, you know what I'm saying, but, you know, I don't want to, I will actually jump in and defend him, you know what I'm saying, if I was there and I saw that happen, because that's harassment and it's wrong, period, all around the board. We all know it's wrong. You know, some people are just unhinged, crazy, stupid. You know, we can call them names too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because with people, we need to stand. We need to stand together. You know what I'm saying? And present that to the world. And that's how I see reality. I look at the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? Is that you know what? People gonna disagree with you in your lifestyle, but guess what? There are people who love you, and you experience that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Can't. Everybody's not gonna agree. Trust me. I'm a heterosexual. Everybody don't agree with me. And then nobody, you know, I get people calling me all kinds of names. But the idea is you link with where you most common. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's where you build your friendship. And so just to be yourself and be open is the best way to be. And the reason why is because the people that agrees with you and don't mind creating a fellowship with you and everything and hanging out with you, you know what I'm saying? They'll let you know I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? Like myself, I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? And and I don't go that way, but I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? Because see how we met. Everything was completely civil. It is still completely civil. You know what I'm saying? And be able to have this discussion. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I know for a fact, man, you could go to the bar, sit down there, and throw one back. You know what I'm saying? Hang out. You know? I definitely don't have no problem with it. So I made this video, you know what I'm saying, because he asked some questions, and so I wanted to respond to some questions. But this question, we ain't even discussed this off camera. I didn't know. You know what I mean? I have my ideas. I mean, I'm like, okay, you know, but, you know, and I also met people that's like that and they are straight. You know, they are heterosexual. But, you know, that just lets you know, don't try to judge people. You know, get to know them first. Get to know them, and then, you know, then you can say what you think, you know. But that's going to be my video for now. And I'll get back to y'all about this Alex Jones band thing that's going on and what they've been doing. And we're going to talk about that soon. But right now, we just got off work and we want to go home and relax. All right? Thank you. And
Thank you.
all right.